Captain Elder, if you can and give us a log.
Stardate 55, 22, 3.4. We've just returned to Starbase 21 after our venture on the expedition into mirror space. We were able to get away with no losses and getting all of our people back. And in the process, they destroyed their own base, so it's unlikely that anyone will be held there again. There's still some wrapping up to be done by other ships, but the Svalinn is finished with this fight. In Captain's log.
All right. On the fleet map, you initially engage the Tantalus station near a black hole all up here in Tholian space, and then you flew all the way down to Starbase 200 to meet up with the Tenshi and the expedition, and to go to the mirror universe. And because of the critical damage on the Svalinn, and as well as personnel transfers and stuff, you have been in order to return to Starbase Age 21. So it's been about a month since Tantalus Station, and it's been in about 2 weeks since the rescue of the personnel from the mirror universe. And we are just about ready to pull into space dock. On board, the crew who seems to be a bit more relaxed. There's definitely the expectation that there's going to be a shore leave granted by Admiral Nea when you turn in, and with all the mirror universe tests done, everyone relatively trusts each other. And there's no more suspicions and rumors of counter agents and left on board the vessel. Though there are some weird side eyes being in cast at Calder and Archer due to their doppelgangers' actions over the past few weeks.
A quick question. Can you add my icon to the map?
You are not on the ship yet. You'll be meeting up with the ship at Starbase 21. Yeah, we're still like 3 hours away from docking. and a precursor to that, at Commander Tolek and Captain and Elder has already received notification that there will be transferred off the Svalinn to other assignments. Meanwhile, in engineering, Maddox is probably elbow deep in engineering, in getting the ship as clean and presentable as possible, so that way the wrench monkeys at dry dock don't have much to do, because an engineer takes pride in taking care of their ship.
Absolutely.
Any projects in particular or you want to work on instead of leaving it to the dry dock personnel? The structure pretty much that has to be done in space dock, but any other or systems that you could tie it up or defrag, degauss.
Well, anything that's not optimal, not running at peak efficiency. Maddox would be elbows deep into that for sure.
Gotta make jet. What about like tuning the sensors or improving something so we get an advantage?
Yeah, you can, if you're doing it yourself, you can do control engineering and task difficulty 2, or if you're commanding your staff to help out, presence engineering difficulty 2 to set the advantage that at the ship is going to be ship shape.
Yeah, I'll definitely get the crew on that.
Okay. Presence engineering difficulty 2. And this could, in theory, shave some time off of repairs in dry dock. Because, hey, you already got the only thing left to do is an oil change and to polish the wheels.
How about that?
Excellent. 2 moments generated. There's some small systems you can definitely work on. You've actually increased the warp core efficiency by 3%, and sensors have been calibrated, and the deflector dish has been in degaussed. So all of that is taken care of.
GM, I sent you a DM in the game there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure where the term is.
It's a military tradition kind of thing, and it's allows crew members, former crew members, to be able to present something showing that they were former crew, stuff like that. It's I'll try to send you something on it so you kind of understand better what it is.
Okay.
Like the plaque that they sometimes put on ships?
No. I'm wanting to make a challenge coin is what I'm wanting to do.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that concept.
It's a coin. It's a decorated coin, and normally it's larger or about the size of a dollar coin. And it's normally got some kind of inscriptions on it, maybe an image, and it's normally got a unit, maybe a year, and maybe motto or an image of the unit or the unit's patch.
So like a commemorative coin saying that you served
There you
on
go.
this vessel.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But it's a special commemorative coin. Nobody can have it unless they've, been given it by a unit commander or something like that. It's like you can't get a challenge like a first airborne challenge winner. You shouldn't have one.
Yeah, that sounds good. Reason, con, or command, and difficulty 1 to describe to the computer how this coin is to be made.
Okay. Reason. Con? Oh boy, that's. I'm gonna get Maddox to help me with it.
During in your engineering and repairs, the doctor calls and asks for help for a special project on the sick bay.
I leave engineering to assist the good doctor.
Okay. Maddox enters the sick bay. Doctor.
What can I do for you?
I need some help here. I'm wanting to make a Svalinn challenge coin. You think you can help me get the computer to spit one of these out for us?
I think we can throw that together somehow.
Okay.
I will say the quick thing that could be helpful for you. Maddox, a bog, because you're in the ship, and because of your goals, you can do one free advantage based on your departments. So, Bob get a free advantage on medical stuff, and Maddox gets a free advantage on engineering stuff whenever they're on their ship. Well, on the ship.
I'm gonna say that those don't really apply to this specific situation. It's more about knowing the symbolism and the proper protocol of what goes on a challenge coin.
Would my values friendship possibly be something that I could? How does that work? Do you burn that, or how does that work?
You could
an extra roll or an extra dice.
You could earn that and generate 2 automatic successes is pretty much.
Okay. But I don't mean burn it where I lose that. I want to keep it. Just
you'd be using your determination of values friendship to really lean into this is to get this coin just right.
Okay. I'm gonna use that then. And that probably is all we need, isn't it? What did you say we needed?
1 success.
Okay. So, Maddox, you help me detail it out anyway. So.
I definitely put a shield on it.
Oh yeah. There you go.
Yes.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
All right. So, reason.
So reason
roll.
Oh, I guess
go ahead. Roll.
There could be a complication in there.
Yeah. And also just to make extra momentum. Okay. And Maddox can help with his reason con.
There we go. There's some momentum.
Yep. So 2 momentum, and you do indeed have the commemorative challenge coin created for the captain and Tolek.
Okay. We'll save that to the file. Computer save program kind of thing.
Affirmative. Program saved.
Okay.
Anything else you wanted to do before you got to space dock?
Nope. I want to prep that.
All right. Calder.
Yes.
For there was a week of your life where you were in a mirror universe camp, for lack of a better word, and you were dramatically rescued by the help of Mr. Athaton and Captain Prax and the combined crews of the Tenchi expedition and the Svalinn 2 weeks ago. But probably he's still working in through just the mentality of that. And also, there are some crew members who are kind of giving you a wide berth at the moment.
I mean, I'm doing better off than Picard when he was captured by the Cardassians.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Dr. Bog, would you have released his Calder for duty during this time, or would you insist on him in being off duty at the moment? Or would you want to... Or would you want to do like a... Not necessarily scan, but like a counseling session with him, just kind of touch bases where he's at?
Yeah, I would want him to take some time for himself initially. And I don't know what our travel time here was to the Starbase.
It was about 2 weeks since the rescue.
So yeah, I would keep him off duty for at least a week. And in that week, we would have a couple of sessions. And as long as I felt like he was progressing and wasn't having any PTSD, I would let him return to work then.
Actually, let's cut back a little bit and have a small session with Calder and Bog. As Calder, you've been asked to meet with the chief medical officer a couple times over the past week, and you've been on duty you've been off duty in your quarters for a week, and now you've kind of slowly eased your way back into work, and this is a final session to kind of touch bases on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made him stay in his quarters like he was COVID positive or nothing.
just off duty. Yeah.
Yeah, he's allowed to, go on. The idea is to get mingle with the crew, get some normal time, you know.
I mean, I passed my test. Well, I'm the mayor test, so I'm clean.
Okay.
Yeah, you are clean.
Okay, so yeah, that's the mirror test. But I just want to, I guess I'm not sure. Was he actually held captive?
Yeah, he was actually held captive in a
torture
war
or
camp.
anything like that. Any kind of torture or interrogation?
I don't think I was.
There was
above game one.
Above game there wasn't any torture on scene, but being in a war camp, there probably was some torture, interrogation, and stuff. But you didn't give up anything. But still,
even interrogation, even if they don't use torture, can be stressful. So,
and just the idea of being in a war camp and in unfavorable conditions, it was a stressful event.
Yeah, so it's lieutenant, right? He get promoted.
He's still lieutenant commander.
Okay. Lieutenant commander, have a seat.
Okay, Doc.
You've I mean, everything looks like everything's going smoothly for you. I just in this last session here before I sign your approval to return to duty, I want to make sure that you don't have anything that's lingering. I know that it was a tough situation to have to be held captive, and the questioning and things like that, the pressure they put on you. Just want to make sure that you're feeling all right, feel mentally sound, and don't have any concerns.
No, I'm been fine because they've been more focused on getting info on the command personnel than just people in ops.
I see. Okay. And GM, do I feel like he's? I mean, he feels. I feel like he's reasonably recovered at this point. Then.
Are you telling the truth about your experience, Ans Calder? Are you trying to hold anything back to try to get back to duty, or is this an accurate representation of your recovery?
I think with me looking at the because I imagine they've been pulling more off command than ops from their usual interrogation, because they were more focused on blacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's accurate.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a reason medicine and difficulty 1. And this can be assisted by the ship's computer's medicine.
Okay. And I'm not sure why that's doubled up on that line, but I do have counseling as a focus.
Yep, that applies.
Okay. So. Nice. And the ship is. What are we doing on that one?
Computer's medicine.
Computers. Medicine. Nice.
And I forgot to... you actually have one float. Would you like to use this in any means of helping Calder or adjust back to Starfleet life?
Absolutely. With the week off that we've given him to kind of readjust and just kind of reacclimate to being in the proper time and place. I feel like my awesome counseling skills have given him a real pep in his step, and I think he should have some sort of bonus in his task on options for the session in some way.
Okay,
I don't know if that's something you can do, but I feel like he's ready to go 110%. He's
okay.
He's ready to roll.
I'm gonna say based on this task and the bonus that there's gonna be no lingering psychological effects from this, and the crew slowly warming up to you, and Calder, you're just kind of accepting that as just par for the course. It's gonna take time for people to adjust for it, but you feel ready to go back to duty.
Yeah, I'll be like to the crew. If you want me to take the test again, I'll take the test again to make you feel safe.
Excellent.
I think the doctor once he had tested okay. If I saw someone having that kind of sideways glance, when we would be in the mess hall or whatever it may be, I would address that with people. I would be defensive of him and be pulling for him to not have that issue. I'd be pushing for the crew to stand down on that kind of attitude.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. So you've been working over the crew and helping them to adjust that. Okay, yes, a man with this face betrayed us, but it wasn't this specific man.
Exactly. Because in my opinion, as the doctor, that's causing friction in the crew that's going to cause problems with efficiency. You can't have distrust in a tight crew like this. It's got to be, that's going to mess with our well-oiled machine, and I would be addressing that quickly. If there was any kind of dissent against him. So.
There hasn't been active dissent, but definitely suspicions and avoidance. But
with those things can grow into other things if you let them. So I'd be stomping that out. I'd be putting fires out if I could.
Yeah, and with this role and and the momentum spend, and you can definitely stomp those fires out and get the crew back on the same page. As
I have 10 minutes for that.
With
Or is
the
that my float that we'll use on that?
yeah, we'll use that along the same side as the float because it's kind of the same issue.
Okay. All right. Good enough. And I'll sign his order. All right. Calder, here you go. And I'll sign it on the pad. And I said, you officially reinstated the system as of now. And obviously, if you ever feel like you need to talk or have any other issues that come up, don't hesitate to contact me. Come to my office, okay?
Thank you, Doctor. And wait for the bridge.
All right, you've been released to duty, and you can do that. Captain and Elder, you have received a communique from Admiral Nea saying that basic orders, you are to return to Starbase 21 and for repairs and crew assignment, and both you and Tolek have been given in orders that will take you away from the Svalinn. So these are probably your last hours on board the ship for a while.
I'll make the rounds to people's individual stations, like the med bay and engineering and all those.
Okay. Let's start with engineering. As Maddox is probably a hip deep underneath the console. There's parts all over the place and small sparks and lights answer underneath the console as you approach him.
Maddox announces the crew captain on deck.
What's our status, Commander?
Ship is in fantastic
Very good, Commander. I wanted to drop by and let you know that I've received orders that will take me off the ship rather permanently. I wanted to commend you and your team on your good work over the last several months. And I wanted to let you know that once you have a few more years and you decide to switch over to command, there will be a spot for you in whatever commands that I hold.
Maddox puts his hand out to shake the hand of the captain and looks straight in the eyes and says, "It has been both a pleasure and an honor to serve under you, and I look forward to the day that I can serve under you again, Captain."
I will. I'll put out the human hand, shake with the human hand, and say. Well, let's hope it's sooner rather than later, Commander. We will be at Starbase soon. Let's leave her in good order for the Stardate crew.
I'll have her the best I can have her.
Very good, Commander. And I'll leave.
Next, going up the decks Next, probably to Dr. Boggs' office. As when
Is there going to be a? There's probably not going to be much of a. I mean, this isn't a big deal. There won't be a big ceremony other than the new captain will come on and they'll transfer command codes, and then that'll be about it, isn't it?
There's going to be a small command transfer air ceremony.
Okay. All right. I think I'm still going to do the way I thought I was going to do originally. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tradition when command is transferred that the crew assembles and there's the official transfer of command.
Okay.
And that'll probably be the best place to present the challenge coin.
Okay. Good enough. I'll be in my office for now. Till he decides to swing by.
Yeah. I'll walk up and knock on the edge of the doctor's office.
Bog will stand up to the captain. Please come in, have a seat. And I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna say, what's your drink of choice, Captain?
I'll take chai.
All right. I guess I'm assuming there's a replicator there where I can get some of this stuff in there.
Easily. Yeah.
Computer. Chai tea. Is that what that is? Is that what it is? Chai tea. Okay. And then the doctor will order himself up a southern sweet tea. And place him down and sit down. Just say, well, Captain, I guess this is about it for you, isn't it? Moving on to bigger and better things.
There's rumors of promotion, and that leads me on to bigger and better things.
Maybe. I know. Did we not know this? Was he supposed to be announcing that to us? GM?
I know because I would have been the one that approved and requested it.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Sorry. I thought we knew. But all right.
And GM?
He's either fallen asleep or he's.
Did we accidentally learn the whole plot of the episode?
No, I just tucked away A to grab a sandwich. Yes, it's general knowledge is that at the captain's getting promoted.
Okay. All right. So. So I'll say what I said then. You know, moving on to bigger and better things.
Well, I as part of leaving, I want to congratulate you on your good work. We've only worked together a short amount of time, but you're definitely up there with the medical officers I've served with. And if you ever decide to join the dark side and get that fourth pip, I'm sure I can find something for you.
Well, I appreciate that, Captain, and I know I haven't got to serve with you very long, but I feel like I've got to know you pretty well, and I appreciate everything you've done for this crew to keep us safe. And I don't know that I'll ever go for that other pip. I'm just kind of a humble doctor. I enjoy helping people, but I'll keep that in mind if I decide to dip a toe that way. I just wish you well, and kind of hate to see you go.
Yeah, at that point, I'll take the chai and just make small talk with the doctor for a while.
Okay.
Fantastic.
And did you want to meet with Lieutenant Commander Calder here before you left?
After speaking with the doctor for a while, I'll find Calder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you speak for an hour or so. And Calder would be on the bridge.
I'll make time to find him in his office.
Okay.
That's a little selective or something to bring up on the bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find Calder.
We warped into a planet because everybody was saying goodbye to the captain.
Yeah, you can find Calder in his security office.
Need something, sir?
No, Commander. I just wanted to congratulate you on your talented and effective use of the ship to defend the crew and the Federation. I will be leaving the ship for a new assignment soon, and wanted to get a chance to let you know what a pleasure it's been. If you once you spend a little time as an XO and maybe earn that fourth pip, you can I might have a ship for you.
Yeah, I think that will be a more color for me than yellow.
Yeah, I've never met someone who has tepid about the choice. It does seem to be either a calling or something which you do your best to avoid. That's good. It's not a position you want someone in if they're unsure of themselves. I think you'll make a good XO.
I think it has been an honor to save on you. Any idea what your new goal is going to be?
I'm sorry, my new goal?
No, your new goal, like.
I'll still be attached to the 10th Fleet, so you will see me around. I'm sure Nea will have me jumping from place to place for a little while before I settle down on something permanent.
Okay, so loitering at the Starbase, so I understand.
Well, I think loitering is one of those soft advantages you get with being an admiral. So I will take any loitering that is being offered to me.
Cheated that.
I have a few more stops to make around this ship, Commander, if you wouldn't mind holding down the bridge until we dock.
Aye, Captain.
And I'll just make the rounds to, unnamed ACCs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna do an awkward flashback for the goodbye between you and Archer, or I suppose. Because I'm assuming you're gonna want to have a few words with him.
I think phrasing it a few words is appropriate. It's whether they're good words or bad words.
Yeah. There's some things going on. But you get the notification. You do make your rounds. You talk to a few choice NPCs, and we get that lovely shot of you just kind of walking the halls of the Svalinn, and just kind of reminiscing of all the adventures you've been on, and looking ahead at the adventures that lie ahead of you. And the notification comes in that you are within range of Starbase 21, and you are ready. You need to be brought out in. You get into close orbit of Starbase 21, and players drag here. And there's supposed to be a song playing. There we go. The Svlainn and hands over controls to Starbase 21, and you see this big, beautiful Stardate. It's about half the size of ESD, but similar design, and you get the sense of relief and comfort of seeing in basically a home port, or again. There's a couple ships on patrol. Some of them are familiar to you, and you are brought in through the space doors and brought into a docking berth. On the gangway, a leading from the bridge that the bridge crew would usually use, Admiral Nea is waiting for the command staff. Captain and Elder, welcome home.
Good to be back, Nea.
I trust the flight here was less eventful than you've been up to recently.
Yes. Everyone seemed to be the person they were supposed to be.
Glad all of that is sorted. We're gonna go ahead and have a award ceremony on the mess hall on the Starbase in 3 hours, and after that, you and your crew is granted 3 weeks of shore leave while we repair the Svalinn and get her back to fighting condition. at the ceremony, the new captain, the command and codes will be transferred, and your new assignment it'll begin, Elder.
We're looking forward to it, Admiral.
Meanwhile, deep in deep space, is about 2 hours away on a small runabout. Our new captain and our new science officer, along with the con officer, are making their way to Starbase 21.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty long journey, so if there's nothing exploding, I imagine the captain will be getting up to speed on the crew and their fitness reports and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So you're probably in the back area reading a pad. What is Balula doing at this time?
Oh, yes. He is. He would have looked at see what happened to the science officer, of course. What happened to the science officer?
He's being transferred off the Svalinn and promoted.
Oh, the science officer getting promoted? Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
He feels pretty good about that. He's still an ensign, so upward mobility is a very good thing.
Yeah, seems to be some upward mobility going on.
Other than that, probably just resting in his quarters.
You are aware that at the Beta Z in the back will be your new commanding officer, but you're kind of slightly unnerved at the fact that he appears to be a liberated Borg. How Borgified are you? Are you visibly Borgified?
I'd say, no, I don't think so. The only thing I took that would be visible would be the tactical arm, but from the way that looked on 7 of 9, that could be easily confused with some other kind of
some cybernetics and probably so cybernetics on the arm. Didn't you take a interlink node?
Yeah, but that's cortical. That's in the brain.
Yeah,
okay.
That's like the cortical stuff goes around the head. Like it's a full on head thing.
It doesn't have to be a full on head things.
Yeah, I think that's internal. Because the ones that 7 had on her were like the optical thing. I didn't take that, and there's not really a dermal thing in the book.
I mean, I think you'll at least have one of those Borg stars on you.
You probably have like a Borg star or somewhere or on your person, but you could cover it up with a collar or on the sleeve. And your was it her left hand that had the assimilation tubulars? No, it's the right hand. And your right hand would have some of the silver glove look, yeah. But you could explain that away if you felt like it.
as a character, I'm creeped out by both that he is. I don't like my mind being read as a Betazoid. I don't know which part creeps me out more. That he's bored, or that he's Beta. I'm trying to still decide that.
So general avoidance.
General avoidance. I'll stick to my quarters.
Very well then. After several tense hours of silence, you've been on a runabout out for maybe 3 days now. Now coming from the core systems, you finally dock up, and you have been given orders to report to the mess hall of the Starbase in dress uniforms.
Oh, right. As I've been in my quarters for so long, I'm probably well rested, and I quickly change and head to the mess hall.
Captain Tevri. Or Tevri? How are we pronouncing that?
Jaqen Tevri.
Jaqen Tevri. You've also been summoned to the mess hall for our transfer of command.
I'll get dressed and head over.
And one slight mishap on my part, I don't actually have a token for Nea. So we'll pretend. But the entire crew of the Svalinn has been packed in here. There's onlookers. Everyone's in their dress whites, and Admiral Nea is standing in before the assembly on a podium. The crew of the Svalinn has been fundamental in the safety of the Federation and the 10th Fleet over the past few months. You have dealt with Orion pirates using stolen Romulan in tech. You have found and destroyed a Dyson Sphere at the far edges of our known space, and you've also contributed in and deflected a war with the Tholians that was instigated by the mirror universe. I wish to congratulate you all for your work and continued excellence. I do have medals to award to people based on the fleet reports that have been given. When your name is called up, please step up to the podium. Lieutenant Commander Amadeus Maddox.
Aye, sir.
For our bravery in commanding in your away team during the assault on Tantalus Station, and for injuries he's received thereof, you have been awarded the Kagranat Order of Heroism. And he pins the medal to your chest.
Thank you, Admiral.
You are dismissed. Lieutenant Commander Calder and crewman third class what was his first name? Matthew Archer.
I step up.
For our time spent in enemy a prison camp, and for or being held captive by the mirror universe, you are being granted the decoration of gallantry. And she pins the medals to your chest.
I salute.
You're Calder, you are dismissed.
Okay, I move down.
Crewman and Matthew Archer, for the development and successful use of your experimental phaser or Gatling gun, you are being awarded the Cochrane Medal of Excellence. And she pins the medal to his chest, and he salutes and steps down. Lieutenant Commander Graham M. Calder, please, you step up to the podium.
I do so again.
For your excellence in serving aboard the USS Svalinn over the past few months, and at high commendation of your commanding officer, and by a recommendation of myself and the Admiralty, you are hereby promoted to the rank of Commander. And you will be granted the position of XO upon the USS Svalinn. And she places the pip on your collar. And there's much thunderous applause. Captain and John Elder.
I'll step up.
For your continued and tireless service is to the Federation, and in multiple heroic missions, and both on board the Terraskova, the Svalinn, and others. There's the Admiralty and the Federation Council has seen fit to promote you to the rank of Rear Admiral of Starfleet. This comes with great responsibility and privilege. You are to report to Starbase age 21, and where you'll be given a squadron of ships to serve as the home defense and fleet for the Starbase and the surrounding sectors. And with that, she removes the 4 pips from your collar and places the Admiralty bar upon your neck.
I lost 3 pips.
You also have pips.
I shake her hand and smile and all that. And
Congratulations, Admiral.
thank you, Admiral.
And finally, computer tie-in with the USS Svalinn's command computer. And I have notes. There we go. And the script has been given to you in Discord. Elder is handed a pad and with his orders. And if you can just read from the top, you get Elder and Tavri. I'll get the computer.
Okay. Attention to orders.
Everyone stands at attention.
To Captain John Elder, Commanding Officer, USS Svalinn, Stardate.
Current start date is 5/5. Yeah.
2.4.
Yep.
You are hereby requested and required to relinquish command of your vessel to Captain Jason Chacon Tavri, Commanding Officer of the USS Depot, as of this date, signed Rear Admiral Nea. Computer transfer all command codes to Captain Tavri. Authorization Elder Beta 6 Delta 5-3.
Transfer complete. USS Svlainn now under air command of Captain Tavri.
Captain Elder, I relieve you, sir. Captain Tavri, I stand relieved. And they will shake hands.
They shake hands. There is applause, and some unceremonious whoops and cheers over the situation, but
I'm sure Jack himself.
Actually, Doctor, once things kind of calm down and start breaking up, Dr. Bog approaches Captain Elder and the science officer.
Commander Telek.
Commander Telek, and then he kind of rounds you guys up and says, "Gentlemen, I just want you to have this." And he hands you kind of a sort of like a jewelry box, nice black velvet boxes that they're larger than what like a ring come in. This is from the crew of the Svalinn. We'd like you to have this so that you are able to always present and be welcome aboard.
Well, thank you, Doctor.
It's basically a challenge point in there for each of you.
There's various other NPCs that are promoted and presented with awards, and Admiral Nea says, "Crew the USS Svalinn, and you are hereby granted 3 weeks of leave. You are to report back at this Stardate to."
Before, is everyone going to leave after this?
I mean, they're on shore leave. You don't have to leave the station right this second.
Okay. Yeah, but before everyone leaves, I wanted my character kind of introduce himself. He's new to the crew.
Oh, yeah. There will be a. Okay. Take a step back. Ensign and Balu La, please stand before the podium.
I get up from my seat towards back and walk towards the podium and step up.
You are hereby transfer to the USS Svalinn as Chief Science Officer under command of of Jaqen Tavri. May you serve with honor and distinction.
I salute the. I don't know. Is that something that people do normally?
Yeah, saluting.
Okay. I salute the. Who's the person who's talking?
Admiral Nea, which I don't have a picture for, but she's a female Beta Z.
That's not good. But I salute a female Nea, regardless, and accept I just formally say that I will do my best in this position, and thank you for the opportunity. And do I step down?
You are dismissed. And then Admiral Nea would give the announcement that the crew of the Svalinn has been given in 3 weeks of shore leave starting tomorrow. Oh, and as of now, we are going to have a nice supper and formal party. And you are dismissed. As everyone steps off the floor and tables materialize as around the edge with snacks and finger foods and punch bowls, and for our officers step in with the string quartet and start playing.
I'm going to introduce myself to the Bolivians nearby. Hi, I'm Ensign Balulal. I'm the new science officer for Svalinn. Who might you be?
I'm Ensign and Archer, the con officer. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So what do people do for fun around here?
I like doing some tinkering with stuff.
Are you over what's the racquetball game? Is it just racquetball?
Yeah, racquetball. Or
Pretty squares.
That's dangerous.
Isn't
Parisi Squares a contact sport?
I think it's still played with a ball and a hitting device.
Yeah, it's played with a ball and a hitting device and a quadrant type thing.
It sounds like fun. I would love to play that sometime. What about later today or tomorrow?
Well, I apparently have some free time I'm on hand, so possibly tomorrow.
Yeah, awesome. I'll see you then. Thanks.
And he moves off and mingles in the crowd because I don't like PCing PCs.
Oh, is he NPC?
No, he's supposed to be a player, but his player's not here at the moment.
Gotcha. I appreciate it. Well, he's up for a game tomorrow. That's I'm going to talk to let's see, who are the characters? I'm sorry. I'd like to talk to the Commander Graham Calder. Hi, Commander Calder. I saw I read your profile on the way here. My name is Ensign Balulal. I'm your new science officer.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. So, Have you guys been? I'm just curious. So what do you think is the hardest thing you've run into so far? Most difficult challenge you've dealt with.
I'd say our most recent operation.
In the very universe, that seemed pretty bad. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine.
That's good to hear. Let's see. I shake his hand and move on to the next character. I go and meet up with Dr. Phineas Bog. Hi, Dr. Bog. I'm your new science officer, Ensign Balulal.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Ensign Balulal.
Balulal.
Yeah, Ballu. And then last name Lahl.
That's a mouthful, isn't it, son?
Yeah, it is a bit, I guess. It's never really. I mean, three constants seems okay. It's phonetic.
Well, I've got your records here. I'll be going over them. Anything I need to know about allergies or anything or medical concerns that I need to be prepared with you?
Those will probably be in my files. But I'm not a typical person. I am a hybrid trill. Dosy and I'm joined, so I would anything that would cause an allergic reaction or any kind of venom or anything that's going to anything that could mess with my biochemistry is probably going to end up being a big deal.
Okay.
So yeah, like that's my but yeah, I'm glad you asked. It's most likely I will end up in sick bay. For this exact reason. These allergies. But you know what? At least I won't be coming in for parasites.
Well, I'll go ahead and bone up on my trill medical file and just make sure I don't have any further questions, especially while we're here at Starbase.
Most doses you'll see have red face paint and but underneath it all we look pretty human.
Okay. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome aboard the Svalinn. I think you'll find the crew is efficient and welcoming and friendly. If you ever have any issues, don't hesitate to come to my office. I want my crew to be healthy. So even minor things, I don't want that to go. If you're not feeling right, come see me. All right?
Yeah. If you run into anything that seems beyond medical science, just drop by. I'm your science officer. I'll figure it out.
All right. Good to meet you. Enjoy the party.
Well, thanks too. Let's see. Have I talked to Amadeus? I've not. I'll meet up with Lieutenant Commander Amadeus. Hey, Lieutenant Commander. I'm your new science officer. I didn't quite get. I believe you're the engineer, right? The ship's engineer.
That's correct. I'm the chief engineer of the ship.
Yeah, I'm Lieutenant Ensign Balulal. If you ever, I do have a bit of a. I do enjoy engineering quite a bit. If you ever need any help in engineering, I'll be glad to help.
I will definitely keep that in mind, Lieutenant. I'm always glad to cross-cooperate with other departments.
That's good to hear. So, what do you do What do you do for fun? Like, do you do like what does the engineering department do? Do they like anything special about the department?
Well, those rare occasions I allow myself entertainment. I basically sit around and catch up on Starfleet engineering journals.
Yeah, that's exciting. What about the other your let's see. Yeah, that's pretty great. No, are you into any brewing or anything?
Well, I do occasionally like to have a relaxing beverage, but those times are few and far between.
Mm-hmm. I hear you. Is there a lot of work always on Svalinn?
Keeping a starship running is a full-time job. There's never a break.
Well, that's what I'm hoping to hear. I hope there's a lot of science that needs to be done. And finally, I shake his hand and salute, and move to congratulate Admiral John Elder. Commander, I'm the new ensign joining the USS Svalinn. It's a congratulations on your promotion to Rear Admiral. Any piece of advice for a new science officer? I don't think he's there.
No, I'm here. I'm trying to think.
You gotta give him a. He likes to really think about what he's going to say before he says it. You gotta give him a minute usually.
Okay.
For a science officer, I do not ensign. I have served as an engineer and command officer, but for an officer joining a ship in general, I would become fast friends with the Doctor and the XO.
Good to know.
They hold the keys to freedom on the ship as it is.
That is very good advice, sir. That is very good advice. Thank you. I will do that. I will admit I'm a little bit perturbed with the new captain being able to read minds and potentially assimilating us. I do have some fears constantly. But I will be making friends with the XO and the Doctor.
Well, since I would advise you to work through whatever problems you have very quickly. You will find that your life and well-being depend on your ability to work with the captain. And I wouldn't go around telling too many people your feelings about Beta-Zeds. They are a valued member of the Federation.
I am aware. They seem to already know my feelings, but I'm a little bit wary. Not that I dislike them. I just feel uncomfortable with my mind being, or my emotions being touched or read.
Well,
so it isn't so.
The Farrens don't usually appreciate dealing with species who possess the ability to see things on the EM spectrum, because they are a blind species. But they have integrated well into the Federation, and it's many species that can sense and see light. If they can manage, if a whole species can manage it, I imagine you can manage it, Jensen.
Well said, Commander. I will do my best to move past my prejudices. And with that, I mingle, I salute him and thank him and shake his hand and mingle with the NPCs.
Very well. Captain and Talvery. You are in a room of new people, so there's a general wave of emotion in washing over you. Generally the mood is happy, congratulatory. There's a bit of sadness of seeing the previous captain go, which you would expect, and a little bit of apprehension and about who's this new captain, what's their style gonna be. General surface thoughts seem to be talking about this cool thing we did in the past few months, or hey, I'm going to Ryza. Did you want to come with me on this shore leave really quick? Do you do anything with this information, or was there any characters that you wanted to mingle with in an informal situation?
No, I think he'll spend some time talking to Calder, getting some first-hand knowledge, but I think he'll save introductions for the first day on the job.
Very well. Unless any other characters had some intermingling to do, you are all facing 3 weeks of shore leave. Oh goodness, what are you gonna do with all this time?
Wait, the captain left? Or what did he do?
The captain and the rear admiral are just in a corner discussing things together in semi-private.
Okay. But he's not mingling with the crew?
I mean, some curious officers are probably stepping up and introducing themselves and trying to ingratiate themselves with a new captain, but probably polite nod, smiles out and handshakes. Nothing too in depth except for comparing notes with Admiral Elder.
I'll take note of the captain is somewhat standoffish because considering that I've been on a ship with him for 3 days and usually I would expect a senior officer to be able to check to see if something's wrong.
Nothing's. I mean, you're at a party, so nothing's wrong yet. Haven't spent threat. But you all have the opportunity for 3 weeks shore leave. You could take a shuttle to Ryza. You could go back to a core or world, possibly your home planets, and depending on how far you are, spend a couple weeks there and return. Or there is a nice M-class planet in it down below that you could visit, and you can just stay in the star system if you wish. What would each of you like to do with your time?
Are we? What's the planet? Is there a planet where we're at?
Yeah, general M-class planet. I'm not sure if it's actually mentioned what it is. Starbase 21. No, it's not. Yeah, it's just a standard M-class planet, a colony of. Probably a colony of a nearby Federation and world, but it has a mixed species on it.
Okay, well, Dr. Bog would basically collect up some reading material. He'd be actually specifically taking some reading material on Trill, Dosi, how do you say it?
Dosi.
Borg implants and Beta Z stuff, just kind of to bone up on that, and then also some light reading, also probably historical stuff, and a little bit of fiction on his pad. And he would be trying to find a cabin that he can possibly procure for the 3 weeks, where he can be in the woods and kind of take hikes and enjoy some nature. That's what Bog would be doing.
All right, that could be arranged with. Let's go ahead, Ed, and let's do presence command and on setting up the vacation and make sure you get a nice quiet cabin by yourself. Do you want to be like in a camping area where there's other cabins and it's like down the road a quarter mile away, or do you want to be like utter isolation and off the grid?
I'm looking for an Airbnb that's going to be off the beaten path, but not completely off grid. I want to be accessible to my crew if they need me in an emergency, or I need a quick email or something like that. But yeah, I don't want neighbors right next door in the cabin. You know, I don't want these like cabins stacked on each other. I want to have probably 50, 60 acres to myself in this kind of Airbnb cabin, so to speak.
Yeah, that could be arranged. Go ahead and give me a presence command difficulty 2, and I'll have the station roll computers command to set that up for you.
Okay.
And station. This is a new planet. You're not really familiar with it, so it takes a little bit to plug in the right search terms. But you do find a nice quiet cabin in an alpine area.
Fantastic.
And you can get your reading materials. And that was the cap, and you can either take a taxi shuttle or beam onto the site. You have a good 100 acres to yourself, but there are neighbors like within a kilometer or two nearby if you needed it to run and get help, and you still have all the 24th century amenities of a computer that's tied to the Federation network, pads, ads,
Fantastic.
all that stuff. Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna say on one of your adventurous hikes in the early morning, you're walking along, and you hear a cry for help on the other side of this ravine. It kind of like down the slope of the hill, about 200 meters down on a steep slope.
Okay. I'll investigate.
Okay. It's a fairly steep slope, so control con on difficulty E2 to navigate down to where the voice is calling.
Okay. Can I use my value to drive, to heal, and save lives here to get 2 automatic successes?
You would have to burn a milestone for that.
Okay.
But
Okay. I don't want to do that.
Do you want to do that?
No, I don't want to do that. I'll just go ahead.
You do have 5 momentum available if you want to buy extra dice.
Yeah, I'll go and spend a momentum for an extra dice. And,
okay.
How we do there. Fantastic.
Excellent. Earn it back. As it appears, there's a 12-year-old human male that has slipped and fallen and down the ravine and has broken his leg. He's kind of panicking, but seems relieved that you're here. Oh goodness! I went hiking early in the morning and my shoe slipped and I fell down the ravine. I've been down here for 3 hours.
Well, don't worry. I'm a doctor and I'm here to help. First thing I'm going to do is give him a once over and make sure there's no life-threatening things. ABCs, basically, no bleeding, no airway issues, stuff like that. And as long as that's good, I'm going to start fashioning a splint and prepare to basically set his leg. We get that going. And would I have my communicator with me?
Yeah, you're assumed to have your standard issue gear on you at all time, even off duty.
Okay.
So you could have a communicator with you,
all right,
along with a tricorder and a med kit.
Okay. I'm going to ask the young man who his parents are, where he, where home is. And when I get that information, I'm going to go ahead and contact Svalinn. Dr. Bog to Svalinn?
You're redirected to the Starbase because Svalinn's busy at the moment. This is Starbase 21 on command. How can I help you, Doctor?
Yes, and I'll give the location. And I have a young man here who has fallen and has a fractured leg. His family is located at, and I'll give the location and the names.
He's from a cabin based on the numbering system. You think he's probably like 3 cabins down, so a good 3-kilometer hike.
So anyway, right now I'm in the process of getting the leg set, but we could use a little assistance getting out of the ravine here and get him some standard care.
Very well. Doctor, I can arrange transport with the local emergency services, as they'll be in contact with you momentarily.
All right, thank you. And with that, I'll start my first aid working with him.
Okay. Your quick ABC. You check his breathings. He's okay. There is blood from the leg, but it's not a whole lot. It seems to have clotted somewhat.
Okay.
And circulation is fast. That's a bit shallow. Kind of like a mild shock, which is kind of to be expected in this situation.
Okay. Said I have my tricorder. I'll go ahead and give him a scan then, make sure there's no internal stuff that I got to worry about.
Absolutely. Reason medicine difficulty 1.
And emergency medicine should be my focus here.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And there it is. Gain momentum as as he's broken in his tibia and his femur has a hairline fracture in it, and his ankle is dislocated.
Wow.
So pretty hard fall. He does have some scrapes and bruises in other places. And he also dislocated in his right wrist, and his left leg is the one that's injured. But otherwise, healthy teenage boy.
All right. We'll stabilize all those fractures, and if I need to set anything, I'll set it. So is that going to be another reason medicine or?
I'm gonna say control medicine and to actually set the leg. I'm gonna say normally difficulty 2. I'm gonna set it to difficulty 3 because of the kind of unusual situation you are in.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I guess I spend a threat to use bold medicine here.
Correct.
Is that how that works? When attempting a medical task, you may ignore an increase in difficulty for working without the proper tools equipment. Is that right?
That would fire as well, so that brings it down to difficulty 2.
Okay. All right. And I'll go ahead and spend a momentum also for an extra dice. And then
you already spent 1 threat, so it'd be 2 momentum to get a 4th dice.
The threat already gives me 1 dice?
Yes.
Along with the bold medicine?
Yes, it does.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood that. No, that's good. I'll spend the threat then.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, threat and momentum are kind of interchangeable. Oh, if you don't have...
I didn't understand that by spending the threat, it not only does it activate bold talent, but it also gives me the dice. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that's fine. But with that, you actually get one float as you have a osteo generator, and with the tricorder and a good sturdy E branch, you're able to set the leg and heal it. But you do have 1 float. How would you like to use that?
Basically, I guess I'm open to suggestions here. In my mind, I'm thinking just basically I'll use the float, and that's an advantage, right? I get to say,
Yep. You can and spend and momentum to create an advantage, make a situation easier for you, or gain additional benefits from the task you just rolled. Which the task you just rolled is
use the float and say that basically he's fully stabilized, and I've got the bones set and mended to a point where he's not going to have any deficits, and when he gets to the proper care, they're just going to be following up because he's going to be so well taken care of.
Excellent.
They're going to be like, dang, how'd you do this with like sticks and...
Yeah, I'll take 2 momentum to create that advantage that he's exceptionally well cared for. About 45 minutes after you called in, and a couple of park rangers on hover bikes show up, and they have a stretcher ready for the young man. Are you Commander Bog?
Yes. We've got him stabilized here, and I think he's going to come through this just fine. I'll help get him loaded.
Mm-hmm. They help get him loaded. They verify who you are, verify who he is. They run a quick medical scan, and yeah, indeed, they're like, this is impressive for our Starfleet officer outside of a med bay.
I've had some experience in this. It'd be great if one of you gentlemen could help me out of this ravine as well.
Yep, there's room for you on the other bike that's not towing the sled to kind of hop on the back, and they give you a ride to either to the top of the ravine or to this boy's house.
Just the top of the ravine's fine. He's in good hands. I don't necessarily need to talk to his parents.
All right, and with that, they take you to the top of the ravine. The other bike sails away to take him to the cabin with his parents.
All right.
And the rest of the week goes by relatively uneventful. The next day, the gentleman's and parents and family and little sister do kind of approach you on your step, and they have a plate of baked goods and a casserole, just kind of as a thank you.
Well, thank you very much. That's it's really not necessary. Happy I could help. It's good that I was in the right place at the right time. I'll go ahead and invite him in and basically have some small talk with him. Be cordial.
Yep, they appreciate that. Small talk happens, and the young teenager says that he's kind of had a aspiration for biology. He wanted to go more experimental, but now he's thinking about going more directly into medical care because of this. Emergency medicine seems more direct help to people.
Well, you definitely have an impact immediately, and you get to see the results of your hard work, and that is rewarding. I'll tell you what, and I turn to grab my pad, and I quickly scroll through some of my material, and I find a couple of beginner books that I think might be helpful in him reading and maybe determining whether or not he's something he really wants to do. I don't know if there's a way to transfer the information or I just jot it down for him, but
yeah, you can transfer. You can basically transfer the links to the books, and he can read them on his own pad.
Yeah. Here's a couple of beginner books, and if you read through these, you find it interesting and exciting, I'd say you probably have found something that you might be passionate about, and it might be worth you pursuing. These are some of the titles that got me interested when I was a young man, and hopefully it'll help guide and direct you.
Thank you, Dr. Bog. I'll definitely get reading on these once I get back to Earth. Or possibly now. And indeed, he takes his pad and starts reading one of the first titles.
All right. And I thank them again for the bringing the casserole and the baked goods, and once the evening winds down, I'll see him out and turn in.
Yep. And the rest of your vacation goes by relatively uneventful. Meanwhile, Maddox. Just before you take off, Stardock the Stardock Master does want to have a kind of tour with you and go over things you want to repair, and you actually take a small shuttle pod and go over and look around the ship, and this guy is taking notes. Okay, so that's fractured. That's going to be replaced. You might be able to brace that. Your sensor array on this side's has been shot to all heck. What have you been up to out here?
Just thinking about it, would Maddox leave the ship while it's being extensively repaired?
You don't have to. You could definitely stay on the ship. You're just not required to be on duty.
Yeah, I think more than likely Maddox would stay on board, just kind of keep an eye on how things are going. And in his spare time, he would be studying up on some things while he's got a little downtime.
And you do have more downtime than usual. You basically have like half the work shifts. You do have quarters available on the Starbase, or if you want to be curmudgeon about it, you could stay on your quarters on this Svalinn.
He might indulge himself on maybe one night on the station, but I think he'd spend most of the time in his own quarters.
The Stardock Master does say, we do have room to kind of expand the shuttle bay. We have some new blueprints for the Steam Runner class. Originally, they were supposed to be these small fighter air carriers, but the Svalinn was kind of phased out of that. But we could restore that functionality if you would like.
We agreed on that, right?
Yep. This is just a narrative way of explaining that.
Gotcha. Yes, I would be glad to go over those with you and polish over any gray areas we may have with this.
You and the Dock Master do spend a lot of days talking things over, going over plans. Basically, this is going to rearrange some of the cargo bays, and it's going to expand the shuttle bays both wider and up a deck, but that will allow more clearance, so you can field more shuttles at the same time and be able to launch them, and you also be able to store more shuttles in general, including runabouts. Alongside that, there's also increased computer package that will help coordinate the shuttles with the Svalinn. To help coordinate all that, go ahead and give me a presence engineering difficulty E2. And the Dockmaster will be helping out as well with his own role. You do hit the difficulty, but there's a complication on the table. Do you want to let it stand, or are you quashing it?
Oh, I'm going to quash that.
All right. Yeah, originally the plan was to expand and the deck upward, but that would cut into computer core, which would cut into sensors, which would cut into the impulse engines. It just kind of became this weird cascading problem of you have to move everything, but then you just flipped it over and said, well, why don't you just move it down a deck? And that seems to work a lot better. You will have to rearrange how the turbo lifts get to the shuttle bay, but it's a little more feasible.
I'm sure the new captain will be pleased to hear this.
Mm-hmm. Otherwise, was there anything else you would like to do on your or shore leave?
No, just basically just making sure the ship gets back together, right?
Yeah, definitely. Watching over the shoulder of the dock master, everything does get back to get back together the way you had it before. Archer, shortly after the ceremony and the celebratory party, gets a high priority message, and he leaves on a shuttle the next day and goes to Earth on personal matters. Ensign Lal.
Yeah. Hello.
You have been assigned to a ship, but most of the crew has been given in shore leave, and you are kind of allotted the same privilege at this time.
What? Let's see. Did everyone else leave the station and the ship?
About 50% of the crew has gone away to their home worlds or to visit other planets. And it's 50% have kind of stayed in system. Of those that stayed in system, there's probably like 70 crew members out of 200 who are immediately on the station or on the ship. Out of a crew of 200.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to see. The engineer, he was able to work on the ship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maddox is almost hovering over the Stardock Master, or make sure the Svalinn gets all the tail she deserves.
Let's see. You know what? I'm going to work on my character's like hang-ups about the captain. Can I try to study nanoprobes or technology or something?
Yeah. That's gonna be.
Character, he can see it, he can understand it a bit. That he believes that it won't bother him so much.
All right. How deep are you looking into nanoprobes?
I'm looking in pretty deep. I'm very curious as to their function, how they work, and what they can do.
Okay.
And if as well as if they pose a threat, because if I understand what they do, I know how much of a threat they are.
Because Bortech is still relatively new and we're still studying it, and you're diving pretty deep into this, let's do a reason science roll, difficulty 4, and this would be assisted by the Svalin's and computer science.
Okay. Reason, science.
Mm-hmm. And with your strength and cunning, instead of reason, you're going to be using presence.
Okay. And let's see. And since I'm researching it, do I get a bonus for that?
Do you have a focus in research?
Yes.
Okay, so you would click focus yes up top.
Focus yes. complication range 4.
Complication range 1, and you initially roll 2 dice if you want a dish, and the ship will be rolling 1 dice as well.
And is that task roll? This is the first time using this sheet.
Yep.
Is that the
Task roll is how many dice you are rolling. So you want to get up to at least 4 successes is underneath that.
Okay.
I was gonna say we also have momentum and threat if you want to purchase additional dice. Because it's a difficulty 4 task, and you're only rolling 3 dice right now. Although, with your present science, anything underneath the 17 rolls 1 success. Anything underneath the 5 gains 2 successes.
Okay. Let's see. You said I need to get 4 successes, and I also get assistance from computer.
Yes.
Do I have any momentum I can use?
There's 3 momentum and I have 7 in threat. Momentum you spend, threat you generate, and I spend the threat to make things more difficult.
Right. Let me use. Is everyone okay if I use 2 momentum?
Yep.
Okay. I want to use. I guess 2 momentum. Do I just roll or do I press 4?
So you're spending up to get up to 4 dice altogether?
Yes.
Okay. That actually, each additional dice has an increase in its cost. So the first dice costs 1, the second additional dice costs 2. So that'll be 3 momentum altogether. But now you can roll 4 dice on your sheet. And go ahead and just re-roll all the 4.
Okay.
And the ship assists with computer science. So 6, 7, 8. That was difficulty 4 task. You rolled 8 successes, which means 4 over target. So you get 4 momentum generated from that. And what you earn is nanoprobes are basically a tiny artificial cells almost. They infect a biological system. They start consuming organic matter and turning it into more nanoprobes, and then the nanoprobes start assembling in Borg or structures within the cellular matrix that eventually build up into larger implants. That's the base programming. However, through research done by Starfleet and especially a Voyager with 7 of 9, you can specifically program the probes to do certain things, and it seems that some Borg have a slight semblance of control of what their nanoprobes do.
Okay. Let's see.
As far as how dangerous they are, they generally only affect biological matter, although there have been instances of them interfacing with computer systems and working along that, but it's kind of a auxiliary function of them to infect like isolinear or computer systems, so they're not super effective with that. It's kind of a slower spread. They're somewhat self-propelled by tiny motors, but it's not like a super fast movement. Inside the body, they generally rely on the circulatory system to get around.
Okay. I mean, the depth of the information wasn't what I was going for yet. But what I wanted to do was I'd like to. I do have like my character does have the neural he's done research in psychic powers like empathy and telepathy. I did want to try to use nanoprobes to block my attempt to use a nanoprobe to block my thoughts. What's that?
That is a possibility. You would have to do more research into that. As you're basically, the nanoprobes are the tools, but now you need to figure out what you want the tools to do on a cellular level, and you're gonna have to figure out how to get the nanoprobes to do what you want to do. So this is probably going to be a long extended task to get that done.
Okay. So I consider that I've already done something with nanoprobes as far as Stardate research. Would I be able to test theory into practice for subsequent for that subsequent longer task?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good to me. And let's see. As far as what else I'm doing is, I'm going to like get to know the crew. Invite Chief. Wait, no, it's not Bob. Sorry. Who's the engineer again? Sorry.
Maddox.
I'm going to invite Maddox up for a drink just to get to know him a bit better. And he's on the ship. Who else is on the ship? Who else is on the station?
I'm not sure where Tarev will be, but Captain Tarev is, I am butchering that name. Tevry. Yeah. Captain Tevry is nearby, but he's probably on duty.
I probably won't go seek out Tevry. He has to seek me out, and I'll already have my own hold about each on betazoids and my thoughts as well as board. So I probably still avoiding until I get this solved.
And Calder, where would you go on vacation? Would you stay on the station, stay in system, or are you going to Ryza? I am unable to hear you, Calder.
I stay in the station, but first move my personal effects to the first officer quarters.
Okay. But generally just staying on the station and lying low?
Pretty much.
No grand adventures? Would you accept...
Would you accept the game that with the 4 squares? That was dangerous?
Parisi squares. Lol has invited you to a game of Parisi Squares. There's Commander Calder. As a social event.
But Dabo.
You know what? I'm down for Dabo. That sounds great too. I've got a Ferengi friend who we can get who's a lot of fun to play with. Do you want to go on a small adventure?
I mean, there's probably Dabo on the station.
Yeah, there's a double table on the station.
All right. We don't play on the station, but we can head out and do some research, do some Gambling off station might be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how much money I have. All I know is how much money I've spent. Well, how much Latin I spent. A bar and 3 strips? Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, so I have 2 bars and...
I had a random generator for this.
This sounds like fun. Okay, finally. Getting some gambling.
To get to the Dabo table, you go to a
We're in the beta class, right?
Yep.
Can I invite my friend Doc from like my background?
He could be about.
All right, cool. I'm gonna invite him along with us. It's up to you whether he actually shows up or not.
Go ahead and give me a presence command, and normally be difficulty 2, but difficulty brought down to difficulty 1 because as he is a friend, just to see if you can reach out to him and get him in sector.
Okay, presence command, task roll 2.
Yep. You default to task roll 2, and this is difficulty 1, so you're looking for 1 success. And there it is.
I got it on the phone.
Yep. Zoc happens to be... Yep, you do get him on the phone. Go ahead and... On your sheet, there is... Let me pull this up. Underneath the task roll, there's challenge dice, and there's a box next to it. Go ahead and in that box type 1 and enter. And then click the chevron.
Didn't do anything.
Yep. Unfortunately, he is not. You do get him on the phone, but he's not in the sector. Or it's gonna take him a month to meet up with you because he's a trader. He gets around and a lot. He's up coreward out of the system.
Awesome. I'm gonna ask the XO. This is the XO we're playing double, right?
Yep. XO Calder.
Yeah. XO Calder. How do you like blood wine?
I'm indifferent to it. Like I'm fine with it.
All right. Let's, you know what? Let's hit up Dabo table, grab blood wine, and play some Dabo.
This is gonna end well.
Oh, this is gonna
happen.
This is gonna end so well. One of the there's the nice lounge and the 5-star lounge that's a little calmer, more Federation-y. There's the blood pit, which is a rough and rowdy Klingon lounge, and then there's the Forlorn Nebula lounge that kind of hosts gambling and is a little more for the civilians. And in there, you manage to find a Dabo table with.
In the Klingon area, or which one?
In the smoky civilian one.
Okay.
The Forlorn are Nebula, and there is smoke. Some of it is aspirator drugs. Some of it is just kind of mysterious mood atmosphere stuff. There is a Dabo table there, and there are 2 Ferengi, a Gorn, and a Bolian in playing.
Okay. I walk up and sit down and take a seat at the table and tap it to let the dealer know deal begin.
All right, now I'm gonna have to ad-lib rules for our Dabo.
I'm sorry. If you don't like ad-libbing these kind of rules, just let me know.
No, this will work.
Okay.
Let's use daring.
Regular dice.
Huh? No, I got this. Daring con on rolls. I was on this.
God. Oh God. Okay.
Yep. So basically, a daring and con rolls difficulty. Difficulty E2, and if you succeed, you roll all challenge dice, and kind of see how it goes from there.
Okay.
I will spend the momentum to get the dice.
Would you also like a? Okay. 2 momentum for the 2 gentlemen.
Come on. Yes.
And 2 momentum and back. So 2 plus your con on roll in challenge dice. So for you, Lol, you'll be rolling 3 challenge dice. So 3 hit enter and then roll. You have to hit enter and then roll. The sheet doesn't register if you don't hit enter. And Calder, you'll be rolling 5 dice.
Woohoo!
Excellent. That round, and you, Lol, you gain into, and Calder, you gain 3.
High five all around. I high five Calder. Happy back?
No.
All right.
All right. This is for everyone else. Oh no. And eeny meeny miny. They're actually down on 1. So everyone else seems to go down 1 as you play the game.
Down 1.
And no, the other players go down 1, especially the Bolian player.
All right.
All right, round 2.
Okay. You're going to do the same roll.
I will also do the same thing.
All right. Luck is on your side, but barely. Roll that challenge dice.
This is the same die?
Yep, same number of challenge dice. Lol, you go up by 2. Calder, you come up even, but you come up even in a way that seems to frustrate the Klingon.
You know what? I'm going to order. I'm going to call a waitress over and order some blood wine.
Order rounds around the house.
Order one for myself. We'll wait till when we maybe round or two before I order some rounds.
Okay. They're just gonna roll flat for everyone else. Oh no.
Is that bad or good?
That's bad. That's only one hit. And one of the Ferengi and the Klingon on it both lost one. And the Klingon is not looking too happy, so and that okay. The Klingon glares daggers at you, Calder, and is growling underneath his breath as he's losing Latinum on this.
What did I do?
Huh? You made him lose money.
How?
Your bets challenged his bet, so he lost money and you gained money.
Don't worry about losing, Calder. I got this.
Something let the Klingon win.
No. Never let the Klingon win. Always show aggressive face. They respect that. They don't respect power.
You know what? I'll spend a threat for a third dice.
Okay.
The next round.
One threat for a third dice. Ball. Would you wish to spend a threat for a third dice or a momentum?
Why are you spending threat for a dice? I'm just curious.
Probably to save on the momentum. Yeah. Functionally, as far as dice rolls go, momentum and threat do the same thing, and they add to your dice pool. It's just that if you spend momentum, you're kind of using the the good momentum you've used, and is using that to create an advantage. With the threat, you're kind of playing it risky, and you're generating more threat that I could use to mess with you.
Yeah, I'm very aware. I'm just surprised that he wants to use the momentum. Like he wants to use the threat.
It's a valid tactic.
Tactical thing.
Yeah. Generates 1 momentum. Unfortunately, Calder does not make this call.
Okay, good. The dog is being put at me. Because I'd rather not have my first day of XO and ended up fighting Klingons.
You know what? I'm going to order a round of blood wine. I'm just going to order blood wine for my friend Calder here.
All right. First, let's roll the challenge dice.
What does that mean?
That means you come out up even. I'm basically looking for effects.
Okay.
Yeah. Again, I'm making this up as I go. Effects are good if you roll 5 or more, or on a effect, you can fumble another or an opposing person.
Okay.
And Calder, roll challenge dice and hope you don't get any effects. Oh no, you're down 2. But this does the Klingons kind of laughing heartily. Har 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 har. I'll get you now. And Law, go ahead and give me a presence con roll. Oh, difficulty 1 to order that blood wine.
Presence con?
I'm gonna make that difficulty E2. It's kind of noisy in here. You yell out to get the attention of someone, and you're not sure if your order went through.
All right. I'm not gonna hold me up.
Da-da-da-da.
Hey, I want to check with other players. Are you guys having fun with this or watching this?
I'm almost... Yeah, this scene's just about done.
Okay.
The game comes to an end. Calder, you're up.
I'm up.
5 slips and 6 strips. And Lol, you're up 5 slips and 7 strips.
Ah. All right. I'm gonna take my winnings and see. Is there any other fun games around here?
There's probably some more fun games.
I don't want to eat up all the time for everybody else.
Yeah, you can go and find other entertainment across the station.
Yeah. See, I think this is a good outing. Wait, so we didn't get to fight with Klingon?
The Klingon kind of accepted his situation and was like, okay, I'm doing bad at this, and he calmly walked away.
Hi, okay.
Plus, he's on a Federation.
No, I'm good. I'm going to try and focus on. I'm getting myself acclimated or acclimatized to being the XO.
I guess I'm going to. I guess everyone's on the ship so far. Wait, did Bog, did we ever get that drink?
Sorry, I was right in the middle of a big old sneeze. What did you say?
Did we ever get that drink?
You didn't ask me for a drink.
It's Maddox.
Yeah, Maddox that you asked for the drink.
Like if you want to remember names, just look at the
roll 20 in chat.
The character stuff.
Oh right. Okay, I can do that. That's way easier. I'll do that. I've been looking at the bottom of the screen for and trying to remember names that way.
Yeah, I usually have an alt tab and keep track in the Discord. But Calder, as you pull away from the double table, a familiar Andorian woman and comes up to you.
May I help you?
Calder?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me insight, security, or command difficulty 1. See if you remember this person. or if you're gonna hurt her feelings.
I do know her.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the archaeology chick from the when we dealt with the Nausicaans a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. How? Yeah, she jumps. How are you doing? I heard the Svalinn was nearby.
Yeah, we're doing fine. We recently came back from a operation that took longer than it should have.
Oh, anything fun or top secret?
All I'm gonna say is after the Nausicaan we dealt with some classified. It's classified.
Oh. Well, I happened to be in the area, and I thought I would come find you and catch up. Mind if I buy you a drink?
Okay.
She buys you a drink and kind of settles down into a booth. Are you in civilian clothes, I'm assuming? Calder, how are you dressed?
I think I'll go on clothes because you never see DS9 in casual when they're doing shore leave on DS9.
She checks out your neck. Commander now? When did that happen?
This week actually.
Well, congratulations, and she toasts you.
Thank you.
Things have been pretty hectic around this sector. I was over in the Alpha Quadrant, and then that blew up, so I decided to come to the Beta Quadrant, and that seems to have blown up. Seems like everyone's trying to pick a fight these days.
That makes sense with how the with stuff seem to with the events like with Voyager.
Oh yeah, that Delta Quadrant and ship. Yep, they returned pretty recently. Unfortunately, all of their information, what they found, has been mostly classified, save for the scant news reports. Alright, so I would love to go back to the Delta Quadrant if there's ever a return there. Rumor has it that the Iconians made it all the way to the Gamma Quadrant. They probably have bases in the Delta Quadrant as well.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Unfortunately, there's not any talk of returning anytime soon. Apparently, the means Voyager came back was destroyed shortly upon them returning. At least not on any civilian channels. I don't suppose you would know anything about a excursion to the Delta Quadrant.
is 18 Federation ships met up with Voyager, then flew back to Earth with her.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you do for fun? Graham? Can I call you Graham? Or are we on a last name basis?
I'd say last name basis. Hello?
Okay. She kind of flusters and blushes and is blue for a little bit and drinks. So, where's your next posting?
Still on the Svalinn.
Gonna go back and kick some more our pirate booty.
That depends on what we're doing next.
My research project with the Iconian drives has helped a lot. There's already a dozen star systems that have been populated, and some half dozen more are that don't correlate into any star systems. So, more are maps to explore and generate. Try to figure out what happened in this galaxy back when we were still swimming in the seas. She shrinks between awkward silences.
I think I'll finish my drink and thank for it until I have to go, because I'll have to finish up stuff on the Svalinn.
He nods and goes, okay, I'll guess I'll see you among the stars.
I hope so.
You know what? I'm gonna roll for this. Let's see something happens.
Oh, I was muted. I just said I wanted to see where this goes. Go ahead, you're rolling.
As you leave, she actually reaches out and kind of grabs your hand and for a second, and immediately lets go and says, sorry, that was... Yeah, I'm gonna go now. And she leaves quickly, leaving you bewildered about what that was about. Or you possibly know.
Did she leave something in my hand?
No, it was more like a friendly gesture of I just want to touch you, and I just want to touch your hand really quickly.
She gave you a disease or some nanobots or something.
You're dying.
Okay, the next time I transport it, I'm gonna be Andorian.
I still have 5 threat. I can make something happen.
I say burn the threat. You know, like where am I? By the way, am I still in the bar? I did want to kind of just go drinking with the Klingon, I guess.
Yeah, you can definitely go drink with the Klingon. Now that you're evened up.
Do I see Calder walk like this woman walk off?
You're still in the same bar, so you kind of see that exchange happen, and from afar.
Yeah, I mean, after that I'd be moving back to the ship too.
Calder, go ahead and give me insight, con, or command, and difficulty 1.
I'll do insight command.
Do you wish to quash that complication?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna have fun with that. That was kind of strange. Civilian woman that you've met at once or twice and kind of spent a couple days with, had sat and had drinks with you, but it didn't seem anything untoward or anything nefarious. It was just kind of odd for some reason, but you dwell on it for a little bit, then you shake your head of it and like, okay, I gotta go back to work.
I see this woman just like leaving Calder. I know if I'm gonna go introduce myself to her.
Oh no.
Huh?
Why? Because guess who just jumped in voice? Archer.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing?
It's been a very interesting night.
Oh, it's been interesting in here too.
Yeah, apparently you had to go to Earth for some form of unknown emergency.
Yeah, and we're in the middle of everyone's vacations right now. Go ahead and give me a daring or control security, a difficulty 2 to catch up with her. She kind of doesn't want to be bothered at the moment.
Daring control security. Okay. And what's my task roll? 2?
Task roll is always 2, and this is going to be a difficulty 2, so you want to get 2 successes. There's no momentum on the table, but threat's always an option.
Yeah. I guess I don't catch up to her. I call out. Does she hear me?
Nope. Oh, she gives you the slip, and in fact, and it's getting late. In fact, with that complication, and you run into a waiter and cause a big explosion of glass and liquor and cause a whole scene on yourself. just turn a corner at the wrong time. And glasses go flying everywhere, and all the patrons are just staring at you like you oaf. And the waitress is all flustered, and
you know what? I help her up.
She appreciates it.
And I ask her if I check if she's all right.
Yeah, it's not the first time I've literally ran into someone on this week.
Where the I'm just at the game. But you're all right. Nothing too much. This isn't too bad, is it?
I'll be fine. Just be careful.
I appreciate it. I grabbed some napkins and wiped myself down a little bit. And head to the bathroom.
Yep. At the end of the shore leave, Captain Taveri, was there anything else you want to do, or we're just catching up on the ship and crew?
Yeah. I mean, he's most concerned about getting this Svalinn in order. I mean, he's not done any dangerous missions lately, so he doesn't really need R&R.
Okay. All right. At the end of the shore leave, the crew comes back together, and you receive your new orders. As of this point, we are back on the fleet map. We are at Starbase H21, and you are to report to Bajor. Or there is a peace conference that's going to be taking place there in 2 weeks, and there is going to be the Bajoran Federation, and most impressively, a Cardassian diplomat speaking on Bajor. It's going to be about 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, the Cardassian diplomat is Gal Zazo Elrel. And you are to ensure peace and security in the system, and make sure that this conference goes off without a hitch.
All right. That sounds like something's gonna go wrong. Like plenty of things are gonna go wrong.
Oh no, nothing's gonna go wrong. You're just there to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
A reason why things will go wrong, right? I mean, because we have to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Sounds good to me. At this point, is this the end of the game?
Huh? Yeah. This is the epilogue as the crew gets back on board. Everyone settles into their station, and Captain, you have your orders. Would you like to make a small speech or statement before you jump off to warp?
But what was Archer doing?
We'll touch bases later.
Yeah, it's getting late.
No.
All right.
I'd like to say something. It's good to be on a ship again. I look forward to working with all of you, and let's go do science, or I guess diplomacy here.
And on that note, the Svalinn slips out of space dock. The coolness of space, Ace hits the hull, and she's back in her native environment. She slips away from the Starbase and jumps to warp to her new adventure. And that is the end of our episode.
Hey, so